AWE TV Day 2. We are here with JJ from PTC Vuforia, and we're gonna hear the news about version 6 and what's new, what are the new features. So JJ, share with us.
Yeah.
We're anxious.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have two big announcements, two big features coming to Vuforia version 6 this summer. The first is what we call ViewMark, which is a new type of Vuforia target. It actually lets you place AR on top of any type of object. It's a custom type of target that you can design with yourself within Adobe Illustrator and scale into the billions. So design it around your logo and code any type of data that you want inside of this ViewMark. That could be a serial number of a piece of machinery, or just a number that you want to sequentially increment and put on top of your materials, so that you can always tell them apart.
So basically, ViewMarks is a little bit like visual, much more human related QR, like next generation of QR codes, like unique IDs that can be totally visual, totally customable.
Yep. Interesting. Exactly. ViewMarks have all the benefits of the QR code, and you can encode data in it, but it also provides a pose, so you can track it and create an AR experience on top of it. And then beyond that, it can look like your logo or any image that you choose.
I see. And in addition to the ViewMarks, what's also new in version 6?
Yep. So what else is new is that we're adding support for Windows 10. And with Windows 10 comes a couple important devices. There's the Surface Pro tablets and the Surface Book, which are used heavily in the enterprise. And then there's also the Microsoft Hololens, which
I heard about it.
digital library. Yeah, you heard something. And really important here, Vuforia being really a cross-platform AR development platform, is that you can actually take existing applications that you've built for iOS or Android devices and now bring them over to Windows 10. So if you're working with exactly existing digital eyewear applications, bring them over to Hololens. If you don't have Hololens available, use them on tablets.
And today, Vuforia, so it's used by, I don't know, 100,000, 200,000 developers around the world? Or?
Yeah, I think we've got something like 230,000 developers using Vuforia.
So as the giant of the, let's say, image recognition tool engine, what do you see, what are the trends that you see of usage of, the future of image recognition and AR?
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, as we're showing here at the show, we see immediately in the near term a lot of very interesting applications inside of the enterprise. That's one of the main motivations for the ViewMark, in the sense that you can place these on machinery or connected equipment in order to create AR overlays on top of that. So within the enterprise specifically, very interesting ways for companies to market and sell new pieces of equipment ahead of them being in the hands of customers. Also for them to design, to create new pieces of equipment and visualize them in their studios at the time of design, and then operating and servicing, of course, is something that we see leading the way.
And Vuforia version 6, what's the status of the version today? Is it already available for developers?
It's available as part of the early access program. Developers can apply on developer.vuforia.com, and it'll be released publicly later this summer.
Okay, thank you. Maybe we run some demos?
Sure, sounds good.
Cool. Okay, so these devices keep popping on my head. So I'm now with the Microsoft HoloLens, and we're gonna demo the ViewMarks on this machine. So JJ, show us through.
Okay, so what we're looking at here is a demonstration we've set up that highlights a couple of the key features coming to Vuforia 6. The first being the ViewMark, which you see right here, and the second being support for Windows 10. So the situation that we're going to walk through is that we have a piece of Caterpillar equipment, a loader here, that has a problem that needs to be serviced. And this is a connected loader, so it actually has sensors inside of it that can report those problems back to us. We've placed a ViewMark in a very specific location on this loader so that it can be recognized uniquely. The elements of this ViewMark actually point back to the exact serial number that's tied to this loader, so that we know which sensors to read, and we can feed that information through to the HoloLens. So the first thing that the technician would do when they're coming to diagnose the problem with this loader is open it up and then look at the ViewMark with the HoloLens. After they've looked at the view mark, then they're going to see an augmentation that's overlaid directly on top of this fuel filter here where the problem resides. And what Vuforia provides to Microsoft HoloLens is the ability to recognize objects, in this case the loader, and provide the position to place the augmentation. From there we can use the great tracking provided with Microsoft HoloLens to have really top-notch AR experience. And so in this case we have a problem with the fuel filter. This display here, you can't see it, but it's reading 12.9 psi. That's above normal. There's a trend line showing where it should be. So the first thing that we need to do in order to address that is actually understand how to take it apart. And what this demo shows is how we can visualize data that actually leads us through that repair cycle. It's a very simple three-step process by which you can use an air tap gesture to walk through a repair process on the fuel filter. And what you can't see, but is actually visualized right in front of us, is the filter in an exploded view so you can understand the parts, how to assemble them, and complete the repair quickly. That's it.
I see it right in front of me.
So what we have here is Lego Nexo Nights. This is a commercial product from Lego that launched earlier this year, and it uses Vuforia and the view mark to actually create an augmented reality experience within a commercial toy here. And the way that this works is that in the game the child will play as a futuristic knight. So it's really kind of a medieval futuristic mashup. And they have these powers on the shields that they can scan to power up in the game and actually battle through the digital companion that they play on an iPad or on an Android device. And these shields are special because they actually tie the game together in more than one way. It's not just a power-up that's used inside of the iPad experience, but it also connects different media properties. So these shields show up on television screens where they're scanned by the child, and they also show up on all the print materials and on the packaging. So they're really using AR as the bridge between all of the different properties that tie together Nexo Nights. So let me show you how it works. So this is Lego Nexo Nights, where you travel around the land looking for enemies to fight and using power-ups to defeat them. I'm going to show you how the scanning works before you go into battle. So I'm going to enter into scanning where I can scan any of the shields that I own. There are hundreds of different shields that children get as part of the sets or can purchase individually. So I'm going to come in and look for scan here. As I get in close, I scan the shield and I'm going to get a power-up. In this case, it looks like it's a dragon power. So my Nexo Knight is powered up with Jungle Dragon, and next time I go into battle, I can deploy that superpower to defeat the enemies faster.
You can actually, what you would end up doing